BBC's Trump editing scandal. 1 week before the US election, the BBC airs a panorama documentary about Donny T. What should have been a routine political profile is now a global scandal, complete with resignations, legal threats, and questions about whether the BBC has forgotten the meaning of trust. In the film, two separate parts of Donny T's January 6th speech were stitched together to look like one continuous call to action. The BBC admits the edit gave a mistaken impression, and that's putting it gently. Panorama isn't a student project. Every frame normally goes through layers of editorial and legal checks. The fact this slipped through feels less like clumsiness and more like a failure of standards. Trump's legal team calls it defamation and election interference. They're demanding up to $1 billion. But here's the reality. Legal experts say the case is extremely unlikely to succeed. Why? Trump is a public figure. Proving intentional malice is almost impossible. And suing a UK broadcaster from the US is a legal mountain. Inside the BBC, the fallout is very real. Director General Tim Davie and Head of News Deborah Turnus both resigned. Critics point to something deeper than one edit. A culture of slipping standards, a lack of rigour, and a newsroom struggling to police its own impartiality. The BBC is legally obligated to be impartial, but only in UK political coverage. Foreign politics? It follows guidelines, not laws. That loophole doesn't make the edit acceptable, but it explains how a misleading cut could make it to air. For viewers, though, the distinction doesn't matter. A misleading edit is a misleading edit, and it undermines credibility everywhere. As a licence fee payer, the public funds the BBC, and the BBC owes the public the highest standards of accuracy and fairness. A missplice might be technical, but the damage is political, international, and personal. Because when people start questioning the edit, they start questioning everything. For a public broadcaster, that's a crisis. Like, subscribe, comment. Why do we pay for it? Dick Scoop for the News Ferret.